What up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes. It is day 145 of Dave's Daily D, Dave's Daily Discussions. You know me. I'm Dave. I'm over halfway to work. Gas prices, awesome gas prices still. You know, greatest gas prices I've seen in recent time. I didn't know what I wanted to talk about this morning, but every once in a while I'll pull up in YouTube and I'll watch a reaction video. And lately I've been watching this guy named Stevie Knight, and he's been doing a lot of Eminem reactions, but I came across, he was doing some NF reactions. So I watched one of those this morning, and the song that he reacted to, which I know most of NF's songs, especially his newer ones, he did Change, and then I was listening to The Search. And just those two songs, obviously, there's a lot of content that resonates with a lot of people when it comes to NF's music. And that's letter N, letter F, like November Frank or November Foxtrot, those two letters. Great artist. He puts it all out there from an emotional standpoint, but he can also put out bars, put out real just lyrics in there, and good flow and cadence and stuff like that. But the reason I'm doing a small short video here is I talked about it before with COVID going on, and people were quarantined for 3 or so months. Some people were still kind of locked down. A lot of people who are high risk are more locked down still. Life is different, and they said that a couple of the major things that you're going to see is an increase in suicide rate, an increase in divorce rate, and I think there was another one I had to think of, but those are the two major ones: increase in suicide rate and increase in divorce rate. It was very possible. And I hope that's not true. I hope, people were well and people were getting through it. But, the first song that came across was that Change song by NF. And, this time of year, especially with the year we've had, this time of year in the fall, as beautiful as fall is, guys, where the sun is starting to go away. Obviously, it's still here right now, but the sun starts to go away. We don't see it as often as we get deeper into the winter, into the fall. The leaves get beautiful, but once the leaves are dead and gone, everything looks kind of dead. So everything looks a little bit more gloomy. It's darker. There's not as much color. There's not as much going on as we start to lose the color out here. And that really starts to affect people. The sun starts going away, so you're not getting as much of them vitamins. You're not getting that sunlight and that happiness that you get when you're out there in the sun. You're not getting that warmth, so you're cold, especially with people who have body issues and medical issues that, the weather temperature change, it affects them. So all those things encompassing just this topic, and it's honestly, change is such a tough thing for many people. Some people are better with change and they're more open to it, but a lot of people do not like change. They do not like it. They avoid it. They will not. They like to stick to their ways. They do their thing, and if it's working and they're getting by, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, a lot of people are unhappy and struggling. They're going through depression. They're having the anxiety. They're going through it, and they're afraid to change. They're afraid to do something different because they're used to their routine. They're used to what they have going on. They don't want to change and lose their security, lose their comfort. And this goes for a lot of different things. This goes for relationships, marriages, professions, careers, jobs. Just everything. You get married, you're in a relationship for a long time, or you're dating or engaged for a long period of time. People, instead of saying, hey, I'm unhappy, or hey, let's work on this, I lost the spark, or hey, instead of communicating, people are so quick to just like on YouTube, you can just hit the next video or whatever. People are so quick to just scrap it and move on to the next. Just like a car. They don't like their car anymore, their car has an issue. Instead of fixing the issue and looking into it, they just scrap the car and get a new one. They got a scratch on their watch, they just scrap the watch and get a new one. They don't like their job anymore, so they just quit and go get a new one. Now, if you're not happy and you're not being appreciated, and you see that there's something that will truly make you happier, yes, you should make that change. But people are so quick to just make a change just because, I'm bored with it. And it's so tough when it comes to relationships and stuff like that. But this time of year is so tough because, you know, just with all that stuff that I talked about with the weather and all that, and then people are afraid to change, and they're, you know, they've been in a dead-end job for 15, 10, 30, however many years. They're unhappy with that. They're in an abusive relationship, or they're in a relationship where they're not appreciated, or they're just kind of there. It's almost like they're roommates. There's a lot of different things that you could be going through in life, and hopefully this resonates in your situation for everybody, that you've got to make a change. A thing that I live by is, in life, you either grow or you die. In life, you either make changes and adapt throughout life, or you're already dead. You're basically just a walking zombie, because, you know, you're just coasting. Once this is done, once you get to the end of the road here in life, it's over. There's no going back. You can't rewind not to my knowledge, not to any of our knowledge. I mean, you get this one chance. We don't know if there's another chance. We don't know what's truly there. I mean, you go to sleep, it's dark. If you're not dreaming, it's dark. There's nothing. I mean, how do we know what's what? And I'm not challenging anybody's faith. I'm not questioning anybody. I'm not saying what I do or don't believe in. I honestly, it's things that I logically think about and question, like, is there anything after? Is it just going to be darkness? Is there reincarnation? Like, there's a lot of things, but why play with it? Why not make the most of what you have here? I don't care if you truly don't appreciate, or you don't feel like other people appreciate who you are, or what you look like. You can appreciate and love yourself, and people who are genuine are going to appreciate and love who you are and what you look like. There's shallow people out there, and we've all been shallow at some point, or not all, but most. But as we get older and more mature, we realize that people have value. People are people, and we have to love and treat everybody equally, and we have to love and treat everybody like they matter, because, you know, karma's a thing, but, you know, it's just being a true passionate human with empathy, to honestly just be real and not judge somebody by their color, judge somebody by their looks, or their body type, or their eyes, or whatever disorders they have going on. Like, instead of judging, relating and talking and learning those different walks of life and those different situations, it makes a major difference. So big point in this video is, one, being loving, sympathetic, empathetic, obviously, but the major one that I wanted to touch on was adapting to change, especially when, like, this time of year, or any time of year, especially if you have those anxieties, those depressions and things like that, when you just feel complacent and you feel unhappy, you feel emotional, you feel overwhelmed, stressed out, you just feel, the best way I could describe it is, you feel paralyzed and chained down in your current situation, but you're not. You just have to figure out, you have to look and see what you want and do it. If it's a relationship, communicate. If it doesn't get better and there's no trying and effort on both ends, then maybe it's time to take a step away, figure out that. If it's your job, well, start looking at what you want to do, what you love. If it's your career, well, figure out the same things. Like, I think of job as like, hey, temporary. I think of career as, hey, I love this is for the long haul. So to me, like, what I'm doing is a career to me. So, but like so many people, and even I, over time, like, you get locked down, you get complacent, you just say, you know, I'm stuck, whatever, I don't want to deal with it. Like, I let some debts just go for the longest time, and now I want to buy a house, and some of them debts that were in collections, like, have froze my process, so I had to really focus on paying those off, and I'm doing well with it, but I put those things off for a couple years, and I had to, obviously, for half of that time, because I took a major pay cut and things happened in life that I had to basically, hey, necessities, what can you pay that you have to pay, like having your car, like having electricity, like eating, having dog food for your dogs that you have a obligation to, those things that are important. But like, for far too long, I let these things go, and I had to learn, like, hey, you know, you got to be an adult, you got to grow up, and you have to do it. So that's what I did. I've made changes. I'm in a career that I love, and I'm doing things for me. I make sure that every day that I wake up, I'm thankful that I woke up. I make sure every night that I go home that I feel fulfilled and I could lay my head on the pillow and go to sleep with nothing, no doubts, no regrets, nothing of that. I did everything I could that day, And you know, I try to be the best person I can be. And anytime that I feel complacent, anytime that I feel stressed out, like I don't know what I'm doing, I try to figure out what it is. And one of the things that he talks about, I think it's in The Search, and I think he touches on it some in Change as well, the NF songs. It's kind of like what I talk about in the realms of the things that I do to try to make sure that the changes that I make and the things that I search for to make sure that I'm not unhappy. So I love working out. I love making these videos. I love what I do for my career. I find different things that I love, and I do those things. I put time, energy, and passion. Like I say every single video. I don't know if I said it yesterday, but I put time, energy, and passion into the things that are going to help me grow. I put time, energy, and passion into the things that I love to do. I put time, energy, and passion into the things that are going to help me be successful. I can be successful if I'm putting those time, energy, and passion into things that I love, because you're not going to half-ass and just botch something that you love to do. So I know this video is going to resonate with anybody who watches it, because especially this time of year, and especially this year with everything going on, many people can relate to this. And I hope everybody's well. And honestly, if you're struggling and you don't know what to do, you can always message me, comment. I mean, I will interact in comments. I will interact in direct message, whatever the case is. I care about people. I want to see people be successful. It's not just about me. I want to see everybody around me be successful. Even if I don't know you, I want to see you be successful too. So if you're coming across this video and you've been struggling, you've been unhappy, you don't know what to do, I mean, talk to the people that you know, that you trust, that you can talk to. Communicate with the people that it can affect, obviously, but if you need to talk, if you need to vent, or if you want advice, I'm always willing to do that too, because I've been doing my own growing and everything, and I've been trying to figure things out, and sometimes I have to have other people talk to me and keep me level-headed and give me outside perspective that I might not be seeing at that point. So hopefully everybody's enjoyed this video. I always do this at the end, but subscribe to the YouTube, like, comment, share, you know, direct message, all that stuff. I've got the Instagram, I got the YouTube, I got the Facebook group, and we're just going to keep rolling along, guys. I'll see if I can put another video out this evening. I'm pretty happy with this lengthy one today. And, you know, we're going to keep going on. It's hump day, guys. Let's get over the hump and let's roll into Juicebox Thursday. I love y'all so much.